This is Agnes Shanley, editor of Pharmaceutical Manufacturing magazine, and we're here at Bio 2009 in Atlanta. And joining me is Michael Kowolenko, who's Senior Vice President of Wyeth's Biotech Operations. Thanks so much for taking the time.
My pleasure.
And, we've seen so many media reports with the merger announcement of, with fears of Wyeth being Pfizerized. And has there, been that much impact? Because I've been hearing the opposite, at the conference that, that BioPharm is pretty much being encouraged to develop the culture, has not been really tampered with.
Well, that's correct. Remember, one of the things that Pfizer was looking for when they went into this acquisition was a company that was strong in biotechnology. They wanted to diversify their platforms, having a small molecule company, which they're focused in. They have a limited amount of biologics, and the partnership, or I should say the acquisition of Wyeth, gives them a new platform with regard to large molecules as well as vaccines, which are areas of growth for the entire industry. So they look at what we do, I should say Pfizer looks at what Wyeth does as something that's adding value to them. They're not buying a specific product, but rather a portfolio of platforms to take advantage of and to basically level set the business.
You have been leading a program, a Lean Six Sigma effort within Wyeth for quite a while now, and I just wondered if you could, discuss the progress that's been made and what your goals are.
Well, the objective is still the same. That is to have continuous improvement embedded within the culture of biotechnology, as well as Wyeth operations in all. The program has moved forward quite nicely. We have many programs going on at each of the sites. It's been nice to go to the various sites and visit people on the floor and see the engagement and how it's changed the way that they do their jobs. You now have a workforce that's very much engaged, that feels as though it's no longer a job, but something that they look forward to, that they're learning new things, and they're diversifying their portfolio of tools moving forward, and that helps the company as we move forward. So it's progressing nicely.
And how long has this program really been in existence?
In biotech, we've been doing that for about 2 years, but in TOPS, there's now a program that's been moving forward for about a year. That is all of operations, so it's not just biotech, it's the small molecules, consumer, those groups are also involved in this as well. And we as a management team have been able to go to the various parts of the corporation with regard to the commercial or consumer groups, the small molecule groups, and see how they've participated in these sorts of programs as well. So I would say that the whole culture within Wyeth now is focused on continuous improvement.
Are there some aspects of biomanufacturing that make lean more challenging than it might be in other areas? Or
well, it can be because of the technology associated with the biotech products being so complex. But what we've tried to do is take it beyond just the lean tools or Six Sigma and to say that, look, these are ways of enabling us to do our jobs better. As we learn more about a process, we're able to adjust the process. As we learn more about what we do on a day-to-day basis, we can use these tools to make us work more efficiently and effectively. So while we have these, for lack of a better term, toolkit of Lean Six Sigma, all these other types of tools or ways of doing business, what we found to be the most effective is basically to deal with the hearts and minds of people, to get them engaged and understand that they can affect the way that they do their jobs and that they have a say in how they do their jobs. So that, to me, again, is something that's been nice to see.
Is there any, can you quantify results in any, areas?
Well, I could say that we've been given very aggressive targets for our financials, and we've been able to meet those targets. And we've done it while improving, I think, the quality and the compliance of our operations, as well as having a more engaged workforce.
Are you taking these concepts and applying them to your contract partners? There was a team in the consumer health that won our Team of the Year award this past year that was really engaging, suppliers pretty actively?
We try to work with our suppliers as partners, and the tools and techniques that we use, we feel as though if they can benefit our partner, we offer them to them. At the end of the day, the partner has to run their business the way they see fit, but we do try to offer suggestions or help them as they try to move forward with continuous improvement activities.
And what are your goals for the program for the next?
Just that it becomes embedded in the culture, that it becomes a way of doing business. I'd like it to move beyond it being a program or an activity, but just normal, everyday, this is what we do type of things.
And how about the quality by design effort? Because your company's been, one of the leaders in that area. How are you advancing on that front?
Well, again, I think that quality by design, PAT, continuous improvement, all are grouped together as part of the package of going forward with continuous improvement and making the manufacturing environment of the future. Yet we can't afford not to take advantage of these tools, because at the end of the day, it brings down our costs, it makes us more efficient, and we have a higher quality product. So all tied together. You can't separate one from the other.
Pfizer had its own tradition, of the Right First Time program. We don't hear that, about it very much anymore, but it seems to have a strong culture that's kind of moving along with the same goals. Do you see any cross-fertilization?
I can't comment specifically on Pfizer's activities. We're still two independent companies. I could say that all manufacturing, whether it's between in pharmaceutics, biotechnology, whatever, we're all trying to find better ways of running our business, and we're all open to having new ways of approaching problems. So I would imagine that we'd be able to leverage the learnings of Pfizer along with the learnings of Wyeth to make a better company.
And what progress are you seeing in terms of harmonization, of FDA and, the other regulatory officers, and in promoting a more modern approach?
I think that you're seeing, the regulatory authorities here as well as in Europe understand the limited resources that they have. They're all working with cost containment. They're trying to work together. We just sponsored or had one of the first joint inspections of the EMEA and FDA in our Grange Castle facility. It was very interesting. It was, I think, very informative. Again, I think they did a very good job between the two organizations in coming up with a good inspection program. We all worked well together in getting the inspection done. So I think, truthfully, it should be the way that we do things in the future. It makes things a lot easier for everybody.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're quite welcome.